Okay, when we import a file from external sources as different type of DBMS when we use it. Okay, so SaaS already have a different packages installed in while installing of a SaaS software. So they have using a SaaS DBMS
Yeah.
software, DBMS package. So in DBMS package, we can import different type of files which already exist into another database type. Let's suppose your file exists with the name of MDB, your MS Access file. A file which consists of SAV, your SPSS file. File consists of .xls, it consists of your Excel file. So
Excel.
that type of
Yes.
file you can directly import over here. Okay, so same as this file, when we want to import this, we'll just click on this. So we already knew the data type of that particular file which we want to import it. Okay, so we have just
Yeah.
click, and you have to provide the location of a file. I have provided it music. So you have options which type of separator you are using it. Raw for data, get the name from the first row if you wanted it again back. Then if you click next, you have to write a name of a file where you want to save it again. If you want to save it into particular directory, let's suppose I'm making into mix. So I have to give a name called new underscore import. So now what will happen? The new dataset name as now as new underscore import. When we click next, so if you want to save that particular code while executing this GUI function, there might be a code executed again back. Correct. If you want to save that code somewhere, let's suppose I'm saving into your particular system of week 2, 3, and with the name of my. So my is the name of a code. See, any SAS file, programming file will get saved with the name of with the extension of .sas.
It says.
So when we click and finish it, log will generate. The file is got imported. Okay, where we saved in mix. I kept the name of yeah import. Same file whatever was there got imported. 9426. Okay, and if you go and look the code for particular, you want to see the syntax. See, you have option to drag again, and if you go already open. Okay, this was the codes they use in backends while importing a file. Same as what we learned previously.
Hmm.
So they said proc import out is the name of a location where you want to save this file with the name of that, and data file source of the file. Then dbms type is CSV. Get name is CS is used when you want your first row to be included into your particular data set by default. So you can use it. Data row talks about when you want to extract from row number 3. If you want to start your particular data to be read from row number 3, so you can write row number 3 from 3 to till end it will read. Because row number 1 is your variable name when you go and check into Excel. Correct. This row
Yeah.
number 1 is a variable name. So row
Hmm.
2 onward I am telling SAS to extract the file. And same as it is goes for your proc export also. If you say If any file exists in your SAS library, if you want to export it again back, let's suppose in mix, I have credit. Only few names came up. I to this code is used for extracting it. Getting it? No. Account name type and transaction type. For that
It's going to my.txt.
uh, okay, for export we use this. For import we use previous query. Same as you have GUI functions to import and export file. But once you go to your, you have many options. I have few packages not installed. That's why I have problem. I'll show you how many types of file you can import and export. So in companies alone, they'll be having all packages. So if you go here, you can install, you can import this type of files. So if your file exists with your access file also, you can import again back. CSV, DBS file, GMP files, Lotus Note files. A new version, they have all options around. You can install that, you can extract directly from another server also. So you have import all function is there. Okay. Okay, packages problem. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So so sixth chapter talks about your import and export from CSV. Everyone have that book or not? Book is there, na? I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So in a book
The
it
one
will.
on the folder, right?
Yeah,
The Google Drive folder.
yeah. I'll show you that book. Hmm? What happened? Just taking time. I don't know why it's not allowing to open it. Okay, so 6 chapters talks about all import and export, and we already gone through your OBS and first OBS and last OBS, I guess, correct?
Uh,
And there is in
Ravi,
yes.
sixth chapter in this Ron Cody book is on something else.
No, if you look in first chapters, they was discussing about converting from a spreadsheet to SAS data sets,
Mm-hmm.
and they was explain how to do it again back. The all importing concepts is there, and in between they have
Okay.
used your first OBS concept.
Yeah, reading and writing data from an Excel spreadsheet. Yeah.
Yeah, and this first OBS and OBS talks about if you want to read from particular row. Let's suppose you have 75 rows are there. If you want to read from 10th row to 75 or 10 to 50, so you can write data new where set is going to refer it again back from candy where you can say first OBS from 10th to OBS. I'm restricting it up to 20. You should read. Then run.
Okay. So it will read only those rows.
Yeah, from first to till 11. So 10th also will get included. When you say
Okay.
from 10 to 12, 10 to 20, so it will include from till 10 to up to 20. So almost 11 will come. So this type of question will come when they'll say reading a file from 10 to 20, how many observation will get occurred. So this normal question they'll ask. When I will not write this, okay. So by default OBS will become max automatically. If you're not including OBS is equal to something here, if you just write first OBS is equal to 10, it means my pointer is going to read from 10th row to till up to that position because we are not giving an instruction to read up to that particular row.
Okay. So if
Okay,
nothing is there, it will take max by default.
max
The last
automatic.
one.
Yeah, by default.
Okay.
And this again you can restrict into your global statement also. Let's suppose you are working into a common file and you wanted to read only 1010 for every set. So in options you can declare O. If I declare like this, what will happen? Will take only 10 row from a particular data set. If I executed this and if I run this, if I run proc print data is equal to a dot candy, then run. Now if I execute, my system is slow today. Let's go to the now what happened? See, when I was declared this as a global statement. Global statement once you define, it will be remain till sessions. Correct. So I was declared
Yeah.
OBS 10 as a first restrictions for a output dataset. So whatever is there into a particular day.candy, because we already knew day.candy have 675 observations, but in output I am getting only 10 observations. It means we just providing a global statement where we say for any proc procedures or any query if you're going to run, only it will take a 10 datasets, 10 rows. So here
Okay.
we are
Yeah.
here we are restricting it again back.
We did not understand one thing, that we are declaring OBS is equal to 10 globally. So
Hmm.
it will, sorry, will
Hmm.
be the same for the entire session.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we are not using OBS is equal to 10 anyway. So how it is being applied?
No, see, we are using it. See, anyhow, we are going to work only on observations, not for anything else. So whatever the observation in there into particular dataset, only it will exist over here. If I say to run for this also, proc means data dot. See, now what happened? Might be in your datasets, there might be a many observations are there. Let's suppose
So Shilpa got dropped.
by default you want to restrict for every output, you want to use only a starting 10 value and you want to work it. So you can restrict it in top itself. Otherwise, if you're not declaring this, so you have to use over here. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have option to use over here also. If I say OBS 20,
Okay.
now this is working for 20 observations. Now previous global statement is not working over here. We are just overridden.
Bro, Shilpa got dropped. Just wait for a second.
Okay.
I got the point.
No.
Yeah, yeah. Got it now.
So it is just like if you are working into a whole amount of observations, like you have 30 days of data and you want to take a sample as only 10 data for to execute and you want to get a print. So you don't want to open every data set and give restrictions. Instead of that,
Yeah.
you can declare in top whenever you run any query. If I say to execute for proc frequency also, so if I remove this,
Okay.
this output only for 10. So it by default it considers 10. So it is useful sometime whenever you want to only work on restricted observations.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, Ravi. Got it now. Frequency. One second.
You join? No. Trying to join again. Done. So I guess OBS and last OBS and first OBS. See, why we say first OBS to process from particular point and OBS is to process up to that position.
Yeah.
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 Now if you go today, it's your conditional processing your data. Where is Vishnu? Same contain operator you can use through question mark. So there's no harm again that. So you can shortcut your code again back. So once you apply this, to perform your same query again back. So this contain operator only will work for character values, not for numeric values or not. Again, you have between operator is there. So once you want to find intervals between two digits, you always use between symbols over there. So when we say I want to find a calories between 200 and 300. So we'll just say this again back. You see, not going over than that. So we can see, okay, where calories you can use not between 200 and 300. So those calories will come which is not going to fall between 200 and 300. Correct.
Yeah.
So again, this was only just to find values between this value to this value. If we say not, we will say like should not exist between this particular word. If it is fall between above than this and below than this, you just tell me about it. Then you have a operator called like operator. Might be you have already heard it. You say like operator. So like also says as comparison operator. we just want to compare from a particular string and extract the values again back. So when we say data new 5, which I'm creating it, and with the name of, again, to use a set day.candy back again. So I said where name or brand like put started with H. So I only want to extract whose name is going to start with only H. So there's no value only with H contains. So for this again we use two type of wildcard. When we say your ampersand, your percent, one we say as your underscores. This is called your wildcard. So there's two wildcard as there. One is your percent and underscore. So percent says whenever you keep percentage with any letters, so it means you are giving instructions to read any character values or not. When you say this underscores, it means you are just talking about a one space value over there. So let's suppose I want to extract a name whose is going to start with H. So when we say, let's suppose of this again back. So I'll delete this because it will give you error back. If I say, so it means we are just telling your startup pointer is this. After that, any value can exist. So we are just giving a startup as H, whose name is starting with H. After that, any value if it exists, no problem at all. So ampersand says any character value it can contain. So same things when I include this over in front, again this will give you error. It means now we are just telling whose string values end up with H, and this value is always case sensitive. So I guess any name will not end with capital H. So we won't get any. So we always use for your unstructured data to find it again back. So if I say to include percents for the both side, it means before H can be anything, after H can be anything. So it means anywhere below or anywhere can, no problem. So many other also came up. So because in this also contains your H, we already said might be started with your H or might be end with any letters and with start with any letters. Below we can consist of your H. So it's this is just like your contain operator. So contain operator and this operator is same. Again,
Yeah.
when we
So it is
say,
similar to asterisk that we use.
yeah, you can say again when we say, let's suppose I want to extract only HO starting word. It means whose always string word should be H, and second letter can be anything, and third, fourth, fifth Y. Let's not go over. Let's see. So I want to extract only with this name, whose first letter should be H, second letter can be anything, and third letter always will be N. So I'm keeping it H underscore N. and it said the symbol, again the symbol. If I say this, we will be getting particular output of only one. Getting it? Why one? When we say if I remove this, you will be not getting output. If I execute this, because we are getting a proper meaning as such, in front of this, let's suppose before H can be any letters, no problem at all. But it should always end with capital H. Second letter can be anything, and last letter, from if you consider from last, should be always N, small n. Second should be anything, and third should always be a capital N. So that type of string we are not getting into particular column. So that's why we are getting zero result. When we say this, it means saying it can be anywhere into a particular values, particular column. When I executed this, we have got a one output, because here HON is getting considered back, and this is serving your particular condition. Yes.
Yeah, Ravi. Clear.
So again, that's why for where only we use for checking a conditions, and it's just like your filter which we use into Excel. If you want to filter your data, you always use your where. But if you want to filter and if you want to put a new conditions to be applied and new column should be created, so always need to use if conditions. Okay. So another one is there when you say I need to extract something from your whole amount of data sets, with conditionally I'll extract with new data sets. Let's suppose I want to create multiple data sets. If my brand is equal to Harshes Met, that should create a new particular data set. So that's called your subsetting option is there. Let's suppose I'm going to create it for, let's suppose for hi.admin I'll create it. Let's suppose for admin I'm creating it. So male data should get segregated and female data should get segregated. So we'll say data male and female. So set mix dot tmit. So now you can use if. So we have case sensitive value. Then we use output keyword to extract after met that particular conditions, and where you want to output that particular data. So we say at male, else if section female. We have only males exist over here, only female exist over here. Yes.
Ravi, data male space female means you are creating two different data sets with name male and female.
Yeah, we are just creating two new dataset name called male and female. And here we said when my condition is going to met, after condition is got met, we set to output this particular met condition data should go to male. So I said to insert this all those metadata to be into your mail.
So from the admit dataset, whatever is there against x is equal to m will be stored in male dataset, the new dataset,
Yeah,
and respective for f.
respective for f also.
Okay.
So you can use for multiple condition also. Here you can put it again back. Again you can use two condition over here. Let's suppose we want to check whose age is greater than 30 only should come. So you can write over here and age greater than 30. So we'll be getting different greater than again back. So you can use different condition. Again, if you say whose act label should low, you can write again back. There's a problem. Okay. We have key sensitive data. So I'll load up. So we only extracted the conditional information data. Yes. Now same as is there your select statement for logical test. You can use it again back. So same as it is if select also works up. When we say data new underscore SEL set d dot can be can use it for select age. Let's suppose I'm going to work on this particular age column or age column itself. Okay, so we say age. So this will be more faster than if query. Here also we are using only conditional statements. So we always use select and which variable you are focusing in to apply a condition again back. Then you are applying it when, and whatever the condition you are writing in, that always will come into into your brackets. So select expression always will be stored into particular brackets only. So if I say I'm using a first condition as 27, so I said 27. So then is not apply over here. Directly we can say then new variable which you are creating. Yes. So you can make a small code over here. So when you say when, then again condition back 32. No. So otherwise always end with end, then you run query. So let's suppose I'll keep only two variables to be displayed. So I'll keep your age space as two variables to be created. Let's see. Variable age is uninitialized. Where is age? Writing is MIT. Let's call it mix. Getting it? So this select query will work faster than your if query again back, because
Yeah.
whenever your when expression is executed and the control skip to the end of a select group, and if the comparison is false, the next when expression is compared to the select expression again back. So this will be very faster than the previous query which you run by if. So here we are using same condition. So here you cannot use multiple conditions. Here only you can use one condition for the one column itself.
And Ravi, in the parentheses we are using 27, so it's comparing age is equal to 27,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
status yes.
directly the value
So
is
if we
age.
want greater than 27, then we can just write 80 space 27.
Yeah, yeah, you can use symbol again back instead of equal to.
So yeah,
So you can use choice also for only for one column, not for many columns you can include over here.
yeah.
Then we already let's see. We'll go with again same query. Let's suppose data. We so you know it. The Boolean logic operator is there, and or not operators. Three are there, na?
Yeah.
So whenever you are putting an operator in between a statement, so and have a precedence over the or operator. So and operator will resolve first, then or operator will resolve it again back. So if there is an example given into book also, if you can take it x and y or z. Okay, so this two will get resolved first, then after that this will get resolved z. If you want to get resolved this two first, you need to put into brackets so that first bracket will get cleared, then your end part will get cleared again back. So it means and will execute first, then or will get executed. So precedence is over the or operators again back. So let's suppose we'll run a query again back. Data new candy if and oh shit and 50. Now 3 conditions got operated on particular column. But if you look again back for this query to be executed, there will be a different reply again back. Representing variables. We are already restricted. Yeah, both the same. No problem. Because our condition itself is like that. Now again is there your there is a caution when you use OR operator. So always be aware. So when we say data new check again back set the dot can be if calories is equal to, suppose I'm using it again back for candy as 280 and 340. 280, 280 or 340. Then it is yes. So just keep these two variables on top. Okay, but see, I have applied a condition only for this two. So as per calories 280 and 340 only, it should print as yes. But now the value which we are looking at is totally different. Hello.
Ravi.
So why this answer is coming up? See, for we are just provided instructions only for this 280 and
Yeah,
340, but we are getting just as
we are keeping.
now. If you go to the Boolean logic concepts, see any value. So whenever we apply this as condition, we are getting a reply as in backend as true and false. SAS doesn't know the which value you are providing or any value. So as per logical operator, there will be value assigned as true or any value. It's not 314.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the true value always comes as 1. So for any value which exists in your dataset is true apart from your dot or 0. So if you're giving dot, then the answer will get changed because dot will consider as non-negative numbers again back. So
Okay.
if I give dot
Okay.
over here, let's see. No, it's perfect. There's no problem at all because
Yeah. Now.
dot is
Mm,
considered as non-negative number below than your 0 also. So any value, if you say or any value, all is true. So for them also always predict as yes. So always a caution is there whenever you are using it this condition. So don't use this. Otherwise you have to use or, then again you need to declare for which variable you are using it. Or T or something. So now we are providing a two instructions. Through that only we are extracting a value again back. 480 was not there. I guess 340 was there.
so
340.
it is.
Yeah. So be aware like whenever you're writing it. So or we cannot use like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have just gone through conditional statement. All those. So is there again we have just went to if. Why we use if again back. If else, nested if, then contain operator. All contain always work for your only for characters, not for numeric. And we use like expressions, and where we use two wildcard. Underscore is a placeholder.
Hmm.
Underscore always says as placeholder. Okay, so what? How
Hmm.
many underscores you are keeping it? That much placeholder you are keeping it, and we are using as percentage to match nothing as a string of any length, which we include it. Again, we use
Hmm.
your between and end. It's good. It always gives you exclusive range between. So it always work with your where condition,
Hmm.
not with if condition we apply. Contains operator only matches a string, and like operator matches
Hmm.
with your wildcard. Also says as your comparison operator. So again,
Hmm.
where select we used it again. Where in select we always use when, otherwise and. It's important. So select you can write in two ways. Either you can write like this also, where you don't want to declare this, you can declare below also. So here you can write. So for that, both are same. So whenever you're writing over here, it means you are saving the space again while writing a code. So you're directly writing over there. Correct?
Hmm.
So we use or operator where we say once you have multiple or conditions, you can use it in to minimize it again back. For only for one column when you are applying it multiple conditions. So in that case, you can
Hmm.
use in operator where you have choice as like that. Correct? Again, we use up your all. In is over, if is over, where is over, country is over. So it's over for today, or shall we continue again next? Do until or tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
Uh, Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.